Hello, Geekery fans. My name is Chris Shaylor. I am from Dinwiddie, Virginia, and I collect a little bit of everything. Mostly, I try to specialize in 3 and 3/4 inch action figures. Occasionally, certain other scales come into play, but I'd say for the past 40 something years, I've been picking up 3 and 3/4 inch action figures from all sorts of different toy lines, all types of universes, and finding different ways, creative ways of trying to merge them together. If nobody has made something that I want, then I will sometimes just make it myself. And that's where, customizing became sort of a big thing for me. And that eventually led into me starting my own business, becoming a toy maker. And about 8 years ago, I thought it would be a great idea to, instead of taking my collection and just putting it on a shelf and starting one toy line and then going to another shelf and having another, and divvying it up that way, I thought, what if I created some sort of world, an environment that everything could kind of live together? It would be some sort of cohesive environment that allowed these things to live. So I decided to create a city spaceport that I call Rock Gut Station.
So this is Rock Gut Station. It's nestled in one corner of my playroom. And I grew up in the late 70s, all through the 80s, and I've always been heavily inspired by both Star Wars and Blade Runner. So I wanted something that was going to be sort of a bridging between those two franchises. I knew that the city was going to need to be big enough to be able to accommodate all the various action figure lines that I owned or that I was going to be picking up over the years. So I tried to make sure that the city had enough little nooks and settings and play scenarios within it to be able to accommodate these various characters. Something that wasn't going to be just sitting stagnant on a shelf, but it looked like they actually interacted with each other. So it's filled with shops, a diner, a bar. It's littered with signage, LED lighting, and plenty of areas that I could park spaceships. They weren't going to be sitting in boxes. They were going to actually be looking like they're parked here at the station. And when I had started all of this about 8 years ago, I had also begun working on this other corner of the room, which was my Imperial side. And here again, it's all wood construction with plenty of areas for spaceships and all of my various bad guys. And even though I have all of this area, I also have the rest of the playroom essentially as a loft area, um, almost like a studio. I keep all of my various loose figures and toy parts in these bins so they're easy to grab and go whenever I'm doing toy photography. So in addition to the playroom, between the two play sets, I also have a movie room with thousands of movies that I tend to spend a great deal of time in getting inspiration for making more play sets. So thanks for checking out my playroom. You are more than welcome to check out my toy creations and toy photography on both Facebook and Instagram under Empire Toy Works.